Deportiva y con swing.
Deportiva y con swing.
La factoría del deporte desde New York para ti. Es una máquina.
Es una máquina
Pensada para ti.
pensada para ti. Número uno en las redes, dale like y compartir.
Con informaciones importantes siempre frescas.
Y con entrevistas que te ponen de cabeza.
Lo mejor del deporte lo encontrarás aquí.
Búscale en las redes, dale like y compartir.
Suscríbete,
Ay sí,
infórmate.
aunque
Back, we have Kyle Higashioka with us. We could take a first question.
Kyle,
Meredith.
what does it mean to you to know that you're going to be behind the plate for what will be the most important game of the season thus far?
It means a lot. I think I heard somebody say pressure is a privilege, and when it gets to this point of the year, every game comes with a ton of pressure. So, I try to relish the opportunity and rise to my best game.
Is there any added preparation or anything you do differently knowing the magnitude of the game?
No, just because in the regular season, I treat every game as a must-win. So, here, every game really is a must-win.
We'll take the next question from Marley Rivera.
Hi, Kyle. As one of the longest tenured Yankees in this organization, what does this game feel like?
As a fan, I always think the one-game wild card game is the most exciting game of the year. So for it to be Yankees-Red Sox, winner take all, it's pretty exciting, and we all know the magnitude of this game, especially against the Red Sox. So we're just going to go out there and bring our best stuff.
And Kyle, when Brian Cashman and ownership went out a couple of years ago and paid Garrett Cole $324 million, this is kind of what they paid him for.
Yeah.
This is kind of that moment. Do you believe that he will step up and sort of earn his money?
Of course, everybody believes he's gonna step up and bring his best game. So, he's preparing mentally right now as we speak, and I'm preparing. The whole team's preparing. It takes everyone. It's not just going to be him out there. It's going to be 9 of us plus everyone on the bench, and we're going to have to all play a part.
Dan?
Kyle, what's been different about Garrett the last 4 or 5 starts where the numbers haven't been as good as they were, say, in July and August?
I think he had a couple shaky starts recently, but mixed with some good ones, and I just have no doubt that he's gonna come out and make sure that he's got his best stuff, and he's a guy that rises to the occasion. So I'm not really too worried about him.
Have you seen the hamstring impact him at all?
I'm not sure. It's the stuff looks similar. I don't. He would have to probably tell you that.
Ken?
Okay. Been a lot of talk about this year for you guys. It's been a real roller coaster, with all the ups and downs. And I'm wondering, during those down times, how much have you looked to Aaron Boone for guidance and for the way he conducts himself during those down times? And what do you think about that, with the way he conducts himself?
Yeah, I mean, it's always important for a manager to keep a level head, especially during down times, because we know during the times we've not played so well, that's not who we are. So it's important not to get down on ourselves, and we know that he's always going to have a pretty calm, level head about everything. And it never helps when you panic about something. I think that kind of negative mindset can only negatively impact you. So it's always great to have somebody leading the team with a very level head.
Christy has the next question.
Since Garrett Cole's been with the Yankees, we haven't been able to be in the clubhouse to kind of see him before games or how he changes. Before a big game like this, maybe like when he went to Houston or something, how is he? What's his personality like before a big game when he's preparing for this kind of a game?
He pretty much prepares for every game the same way. He's got his routine that starts in the morning when he wakes up, and he sticks to it no matter what. He's always comes to the field focused, locked in, ready to go, and I don't think it really varies from game to game.
Do you see any difference in him when there's a big pressure, when there's a big moment?
I would just say on the field, he can elevate his game when it's a big situation. But I mean, in terms of the preparation, it's always the same.
Susan?
How hard is it to change a game plan with him if something isn't working? Because I know you've known each other for so long. Is it easier?
I think it just depends on how quickly we catch on and are able to recognize that we need to change. He's so good that most of the time we can have a game plan and stick to it no matter who we're facing. But there are times where the opposing team comes out and is being more aggressive or trying to do something, and we definitely in those situations need to recognize that quickly and make an adjustment before it possibly gets out of hand.
Stay over there with Brian.
Hey, Kyle. I asked Garrett this question, too. What will tonight be like for you? Are you going to go over reports until, like, midnight or, watch video, or are you going to try and unplug a little bit? How does that work for you?
I'll be watching, video of the other hitters and the other pitchers probably till I, just about till I'm ready to go to bed. I mean, that's just kind of what I do anyways, so, especially a game like this, you really just need to make sure you have all your bases covered.
Bob, wait for a mic. Thank you.
Kyle, how jarring is it for you as Garrett's catcher and as a teammate to see him struggle the way he has, particularly over the last 3 starts? I mean, he has set the bar so high. He's by far and away obviously your best pitcher, but then to see him get hit like that, and he's only human as it turns out. I mean, how jarring is it to come to that realization that just like anybody else, he has bad streaks, and he's in the middle of one now.
Well, I think the good thing about being a pitcher rather than a position player, I think you have those 4 days in between starts to be able to make an adjustment and come out and do a completely different thing the next game. So I wouldn't say it's like just because he had a bad start last time that means he's going to have a bad start again. There's always time to prepare and make adjustments for your next game, and we're going to go out and do that.
Eric Bolin, in the back of the room on the left.
Kyle, what has stood out to you about your bullpen and the collection of arms you guys have been running out there the last 6 to 8 weeks?
I think the thing that stood out is everyone's ability to cope with a high leverage situation. Especially the younger guys or guys who haven't been so used to coming in ultra high leverage situations, is they never lose their ability to throw strikes and attack the zone, and I think that's the most important thing as a reliever is making sure you don't fall behind hitters and give away free bases, and that gives the other team a chance to keep the line moving. So these guys attack hitters, so that's what you want.
Brendan Cuddy.
Kyle, speaking of high leverage situations, where do you think Aroldis is right now compared to when he was kind of in a really deep funk a few months ago?
I think he looks really good. We have all the confidence in the world in him. Last several outings, I think, have been really good. He's been throwing a lot of strikes, getting guys out. He's been rock solid. So, I mean, we trust him 100%.
Anyone else for Kyle? Back to Marley.
Kyle, what is this game for you personally? The fact that you're going to get to be behind the plate. We were asked a little bit about this before, but is this the biggest game you believe of your career as a Yankee so far?
I mean, I was kind of looking back yesterday a little bit at some of the other playoff games I played in, and I mean, a game 5 of the division series is really no different than this. It's just, this is there's no series preceding the game. So having played in Game 5 last year of the division series, it's the same exact situation. We have to win or we go home. So I'm definitely going to use that as a kind of reference point and just to know that I've been there before.
Chino aguacate, Hawái, estamos en la máquina deportiva. Los Yankees no van para ningún lado. I don't like Yankees. I hate Ale Rodríguez. Boston, los Phillies, Pedro Martínez, Dominican Power, all the way up. Ok, la máquina deportiva.